Hi, it's 9th of June, 2013. I'm Bernie Goldbach, sitting on a red bench in my back garden looking at the Sunday Times, some stuff from the Independent and the Sunday Business Post inside. I'm using a Sony Xperia Z camera to see, can I zoom down and look at stuff on the front page like this? Google, in the Boost move, they say, Isabel Hookshot and Nicholas Helen say that Google is now preparing to announce a new initiative with the creation of the first internet-wide system of detecting images of child abuse. I think they mean child porn, don't they? I worry about that with my kid. I put Mia's stuff up online. Wonder if she's being reimagined. Media must embrace technology to survive and thrive, says Steve Dempsey. He happens to be the social media strategist for an independent TV, Stephen Donnelly, here in Ireland. This comes from the media and marketing section of Sunday Business Post. He points to a World Press Trends report showing that over half the world's adult population read a newspaper every day. That's 2.5 billion people worldwide reading ink. And he points out some initiatives being funded by big Google Associated Press awards, and where the people who are programmers and writers go, who are making these clever things for apps or for improving news coverage. The regional papers picking up the pieces. Siobhan Brett says that there's a lot of problems that those regionals face. I read the Nationalist. Several of my co-workers find issues with the Nationalist relevance today. Well, I think it's pretty relevant for local news, but the readership's dropped from about 15,000 when I first started working in South Tipperary to about 9,000 now. They claim to reach about 40,000 people with that 9,000 print. Don't know. Group Chief Executive Ashley Highfield says that he's pretty keen to make sure that the division of revenue from print and web reaches 50-50 by 2020. You got to do stuff to make that happen, and I'm hoping we could play a role. And maybe it's at the pub. The Independent says, well, that's Joan Riley says, there's been a new stress test of Irish pubs. Half of them are rated at being at a high risk of failure. It's the business barometer of 2,500 companies, indicating that they have consistent failure signs. And the worst affected, say the business barometer, are businesses that run as pubs. If you're a student and you're watching me, that's good. You're seeing wind blow in my back garden. The item I want to point out to you is also written by Jerome Riley. You might miss out on a student grant if you don't put your app in by August 1st. So that's the grant mechanism used by a lot of Irish to go to college with some offsets from the state. Social networks boasting rights for the online community, an item by Paul Manny. For the best use of Twitter, take a look at the winners in the Twitter categories of the social media awards: Black Knight, Irish Rail, and Long Night Inn. Yeah, I used 2 of those free services. If you are going to take one of my courses called Emerging Technologies, this is something you will see again. Gabrielle Monahan says there's technology, satellite technology, and remote sensors, using sensors on the satellites to detect changes in land and sea surfaces. And what they're doing with that technology is you can have a look at the grasslands of Ireland over a 16-day period. We'll zoom in back 10 years to see, are there any abnormal variations in growth, and you can actually predict all the way down to your farmer standing in this field with his iPad possibilities of fodder problems. The second thing I'd point out concerns the Internet of Things. Hands off the wheel, Tommy, for you. The driving is over. It's a Pat Malone article, and it takes the connected drive BMW in Bavaria and has a ride around the Autobahn for the first time on a European public road. Driverless car under its own powers, mixing with unsuspecting traffic. And basically how it's working: no roadside transmitters, no under the tarmac wires. The car has a dozen of different kinds of sensors placed around the bodywork, laying down information that a central computer can understand, and making changes in the way it drives. The layout of the road and the state of all traffic within 250 meters is analyzed by the car. It has these laser beams on 8 different wavelengths and 4 different elevations to build up a 3D image of what's ahead, and it can see 150 meters ahead normally. The radar works up to 250 meters though, and switches between long and short for the best collection of data. And here's the deal: more than 90% of accidents today involve driver error. Make the car smarter than the driver, and what you got? You may have BMW's connected drive I know I've listened to Ford Sync and what they can do. The SIM card that comes inside these new BMWs allows, well, a connection between a laptop, smartphone, entertainment system, amalgamation. The driver can decide what to do, apps to follow, and use a voice mechanism such as Siri to activate different controls. Okay, and now we need to paint the red benches, paint the red table, do some more weeding. See how my progress is going by watching on flickr.com /photos/Irish eyes, and whether this pink Wendy house gets back to its original shape. It's all up to me and how fast I can scrub. I'm Bernie, the blowing American, and tip. On Audio Boo, I'm top gold, as I am on most good social networks. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.